especially this one.
Of all the superstars on the roster, this guy is among the hardest working. That goes without saying.
Definitely shout out to Don Chaos. We know you got our back, and we got your back too, man. Denver, Colorado all day, brother. We're definitely going to hook up with you. Much love to Carnival Spirits for putting us on as well on this YouTube, man.
Shout out to you, Don Chaos, for, what is this episode, like 126 or something like that?
Yes, sir.
Been putting in work, bro. Respect. Y'all doing some shit for the community and the fam out there. Appreciate it. So just keep doing what y'all doing, you know what I mean?
Congrats to Don Chaos for 1,000 subscribers. Whoop, whoop.
Keep it going, man.
Congratulations, Don Chaos. Yes, keep it going, man. Good luck to you, fucking Don Chaos, and fucking hell yeah on your 1,000 fucking followers.
You know who it is. It's Ouija Mac, bitch. Shout out to Carnival Spirits. And fucking shout out to Don Chaos one time. You know what's going on.
This is my brother. Everyone, Don Chaos and Brother Lynch Hung here.
Yeah, and Carnival Spirits. What's up, man? Don Chaos. What's up? It's your boy Brother Lynch Hung. We out here tonight. Let's go.
Fuego Flays and my nigga Don Chaos. What's going on, B? It's my brother right here. It's my boy. Excuse the left, excuse the left.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is Don Chaos, and I'm with a very legendary man. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Hey, Sean. Yeah, we at the gathering, y'all.
podcast/radio show of the year. This one's always controversial. Coming in number one, we got Hours of Chaos with Don Chaos. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, there. Congratulations, man. Don Chaos, Hours of Chaos.
Yo, 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 yo. What is up, everyone? Don Chaos and
Lady Chaos.
Back with the Hours of Chaos podcast. This is episode 213. And I know I say this every time when there's a new episode, but holy cow, 213 episodes. And
counting.
Yep, and 6 years and counting. Holy shit, y'all. Of course, tonight, Lady Chaos is going to be joining me with our guest, Woody Woo, because our guest has something very personal, like with Lady Chaos. Like, this is like a topic, and this guest is like perfect for her to talk about. So, while I let Petey out of the room, honey, explain everyone who our guest is and why you're on here.
Okay. Yeah, I hate it when he puts me on the spot. So our guest today is Woody Woo, the founder of Open Hearted Juggalos in Recovery. And I'm here because I'm in recovery and I wanted to participate in interviewing Woody, and he's a super nice guy, so I want to talk to him, and I like hanging out with Don.
Yeah, and we also just like to we want to, not only are we also just interviewing artists, like music-wise, we want to interview like juggalos that are like doing stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
juggalos are doing stuff for fam out there.
Exactly, like juggalos maybe who have their own business. Like we had Cosmic Horror Case, she does her own clothing brand. Like juggalos that just do, even juggalos who might have their own business. Like we had the creator of Alligator Jesus, who has done jewelry for like ICP, Ouija, and Ozzy, and like even Ghostmane. And the dude is like just so happens to be a Juggalo. So we want to give Juggalos that spotlight too to promote their brand.
Right. Yep.
And how many years have you been clean, babe?
My clean date is 10/7/16, so almost 7 years, like 6.5 years ish. Thank you.
You're welcome. So this show might get a little personal, y'all. It's like maybe if some of y'all are in the process of recovering, maybe this show might even help you.
And PSA, if you or someone you know needs help, there is help out there. So get with me or Dawn and we'll set you straight. Or Woody or anyone here, I'm sure. And we will get you help. Help you get help.
Exactly, because that's what the Cult of Chaos is meant for too. Like we help people out as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and send the link and bring our guest on. So yeah, all right. Go ahead and send him the link and get the background music playing.
Gotta have that background music.
Yep. All right.
Boop, boop.
All right. Now, the only thing I've done, y'all, is I used to smoke cigarettes. Now, I don't know if that could be considered that one thing, but it can be, I guess, can it?
Well, yes, nicotine is technically a mind or mood altering substance. So if you stop using that and you want to say you're clean off of that, then absolutely claim it.
Oh yeah, so I've actually been clean, y'all, from like smoking cigarettes for 10 years, which is great.
Absolutely wonderful. I'm so proud of you, honey. I've been cigarette free for 16 years.
Yeah. Now, y'all, but the only thing I do now is I smoked it since I was 16 or 17, but once I found Mary Jane, I got right. Yeah, just saying.
Yeah, that's a controversial subject, whether or not marijuana or THC is actually a drug. And, there's the differing opinions. Everyone has one, but we will address that on the show tonight.
Yeah. I will just say, short my opinion, I think anything can be a drug if you get addicted to it.
Well, it's whether, okay, so the qualification is, does it make your life unmanageable? Do you abuse it? That is what we ask usually. So if you answered yes to those questions, then you may have a problem with that particular substance.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, like I said, it's very controversial. But yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yep. All right. Link sent. But yes, Woody is a very awesome dude.
Very nice guy. I participate. Well, I was in the server for a while on Discord for the Open Hearted Juggalos in Recovery. I really enjoyed my time there, and I'm back in there now. It's fun. It's a great place. Lots of neat people. So yeah.
Shanzi's right, like what he's saying right here.
Yeah, drugs are drugs. It just depends on what classification they are. And like I said before, does it make your life unmanageable? And do you abuse it? Those are the two main questions that you want to ask yourself. if you're using something that makes your life unmanageable without it, or even with it, then chances are you may have a problem. But there's lots of qualifying factors when it comes to addiction, and the disease of addiction is it's like any other disease. It requires treatment, and there's no real actual solid diagnosis other than if you self-identify as an addict. But there is a list of symptoms and whatnot, as with any other disease. So it's still in that stage, I guess, and there's still kind of a stigma attached to it. So yeah, and we'll address that as well.
Yep. All right, link set. Of course, we're just gonna get a little brief review until he comes here, but then we might address it on the actual Love Chaos. So we actually went to the Ouija show. What did you think of it, Lady Chaos?
Oh shit, it was so fun. So fun. I saw a bunch of, 1, 2, 3 artists that I had never heard of.
They were local.
Well, no, two artists that I'd never heard of. One that I've heard of but never saw, and then obviously Ouija and Darby. So yeah, it was so fucking fun. We had such a blast. I was all worried about provisions and shit like that, but it turned out to be a really fucking good time.
So yeah, and our guest is waiting in the room. So everyone, please give a round of applause and welcome the founder of Open Hearted Juggalos in Recovery. Please welcome Woody Woo.
Woo! Whoop whoop.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
Woody!
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, man? How are you?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, want to make sure. Yeah, nah. Hey, first off the bat, I appreciate you guys both for having me on here. It's an honor. For real, I really do appreciate this.
Hell yeah. Been wanting to talk to you for a long time. I've never actually got to talk to you like this, so yeah, this is
Well, I mean, hey, your family either way, you know what I mean? It's just nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys gathering? You guys are definitely gathering, right?
We're going to try.
Hopefully.
We're sure going to try. Yeah.
Well, hey, as always the goal, right? Hopefully you guys are there and, hey, we get to kick it in person.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, how you guys doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
yeah.
Amanda finally lost her Ouija Mac live show cherry. It was finally popped.
Yeah, I saw Ouija.
Yeah, I seen the
man,
pictures.
That stage makes him, he is fucking 100 feet tall on that stage. That man is short as fuck, but when he is on that stage, his presence makes him 100 feet tall. That man rocked the house. Yeah, that swag. Yeah. That man rocked the fucking house. It was fun.
He's great in the VIPs.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to do a meet and greet.
If you get to he's always great with those. He shows nothing but love. Yeah. You gotta love the Chapter 17.
Yeah, Don's met him. I mean, so you know.
I do.
But he's awesome.
I mean, I don't tell a lot of people, but yeah, that's Luigi's literally my bro. He's always giving me full support for a lot of stuff.
Well, nah, I believe it because I mean, that's all they'll every time I've met them, they go out of their way to give you the love. You know what I mean? They have somebody doing a video while you're taking the pictures and all of that. He's always went out of his way. And every time I met him.
That's cool.
And Hex. And you guys was talking about Alligator Jesus earlier. What, he just did a piece for Hex. Did you see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alligator Jesus? Is that who? Did we see that? Did we see?
That's who I had on, honey, who just so happens to be a juggler that does jewelry for people who I was
talking. That person. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Yeah.
Nah, you good. I'm not good with names either, so hey.
Yeah, I know. I don't know shit when it comes to names.
So what we usually do on the Hours of Chaos podcast, like you watch the show Woody Woo, like you just give a brief introduction, who you are, where you're from, and then we will like ask with the questions. Of course, Lady Chaos is on here because this topic is very personal and it's very relatable for her too. That's why when we were deciding to have you on, we decided to have her on here as a co-host.
I'm glad she's here. Honestly, I was wondering if she was gonna be here. I'm glad she's here.
Me too. Thanks.
Hey, I love you, but I love the combination of you guys.
Thank
you. We love you too.
But no, I mean, I'm Woody Woo. I founded the Open Hearted Juggalos and Recovery Support. We're just a community. I started it, because going into the typical NA and AA meeting, I found that just being a juggalo, that I got judged. And, like she spoke on earlier, you have different types of recovery. You have what they call the Cali, sober, and, with marijuana, you got people that practice the mat. It's called mat. Like methadone and suboxones. And, everybody has their own path in recovery. And I just felt like that we needed an open community where, we could go and not be judged, you know what I mean? And I just felt like we needed that, you know what I mean? And that's why I started the Open Hearted Juggalos in Recovery. And I mean, I guess it's been about 2 years now that it's been up and running, and we've grown. So, I mean, I didn't think it was going to grow like this, but apparently it's helping people. And as long as I'm helping somebody, or what I'm putting out is helping somebody, they're helping me just as much, if not more. You know what I mean? Because like when I'm an addict, I've had urges, but every time I have an urge or whatever, my family, the Juggalos, y'all help keep me clean. And I needed that support system. If I didn't have this support system, I don't know if I'd be clean today. So, and like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie, like you said, I don't judge marijuana use. I have severe anxiety and depression, so I do still partake in marijuana use. So, but heroin, everything else, I don't use. You know what I mean? So people judge, but I'm 100% honest with it. You know what I mean? There's no reason to judge somebody, because who's to say 10 years from now I'm still going to be using marijuana? You know what I mean? Because this is just where I'm at today in my recovery. You know what I mean? It's the rest of my life. It's not going to end tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Right.
But nah, that's the beginning of my story, so to speak.
Cool.
If I started to rant, I'm sorry.
No, that was great. So what is your clean date? Or your clean?
Well, honestly, I stopped counting at 2 years. I think I started from heroin, I stopped counting at 2 years because I found for myself that it was more like it was just something else to like hold me. Like, I don't know, like I found it to like cause more anxiety and whatnot. The stress on like, oh, it's another day. Like, I live just for today. I don't want to focus too much on the past. I just want to focus on the day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But no, I mean, I guess it's what? I think honestly, straight off of my drug of choice was heroin. It's honestly been 100% no relapses, 3 years this month. I think my wife just said. So, I mean,
awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I mean,
congratulations.
Like I think I've been clean off crack for 10 plus years.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, but yes. But my drug of choice was heroin in 3 years, I guess, this month.
Awesome.
So, yeah, thank you guys.
That's
so
huge.
Honestly, I'm celebrating it with y'all.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I mean, a day clean is a miracle. So if you have 24 hours, pat yourself on the back.
Well, no, and
exactly. And I tell people it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sure. Nah, you know what I mean? Because shit, most people don't take it. I mean, a lot of people don't take that step. That's the hardest step to take, is that first step.
Yep.
So, yeah.
It is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, what do you have? I don't have anything I want to ask right this second. Do you, Don?
Maybe you could share a little bit, honey. Like, what was your like drug of choice? Like, what did you used to do?
Okay. Well, I started using it around 14 or 15. It was alcohol, and then I graduated. It was fooled around marijuana a little bit. Didn't really like it. I experimented with different things like psychedelics. Didn't like that. And then I sort of was. It was off and on drinking until I was in my. I would say until I was about 25, and then I discovered opiates, and so I started using those, and I got clean. I used those regularly and drank for the most part. That was it until 2008 when I got clean the first time, went to rehab, and I relapsed a couple of years later. And then this last time I went into rehab in October of 2016. My clean date is 10/7/2016, and I haven't used I haven't used drugs recreationally since. I do partake in THC therapy for pain and anxiety, and I do
and your insomnia.
And I do take prescribed opiates sometimes for pain. I do have a lot of health problems, so I take quite a few medications, but I don't use drugs recreationally, and I haven't in almost 7 years. So that's
good job, baby.
Where I'm at. Thank you.
Hell yeah, that's a big deal. Like you said, it's all about, like some of the questions like you brought up earlier. Does it make your life unmanageable and all that? It's questions that you got to ask yourself.
Absolutely. It's the self-identifying thing. Like, for the most part, you do have to ask yourself, does this make my life unmanageable? Does this make, can I put this down if I had to, if I wanted to?
And you gotta ask yourself, is it affecting your personal life? Is it maybe affecting your work life?
Yeah, for sure.
With anything, it's all about finding that perfect balance between everything, every relationship, because everything in your life, when you're an addict, everything affects, wanting to use or the way you think, because it's not, being an addict goes way beyond just the drug use. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Exactly. You can be totally clean and not use, but still think like an addict. Recovery is all about thinking your way of thinking. Honestly, at least that's in my experience. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, 100%
It's
agree.
all about that balance.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're right. It's true.
That's what I found.
Yeah, it's true. If you're active in recovery, whether it's like a 12-step program or whatever you're doing if you're abstinent, whatever you're doing to stay clean, whatever you're doing to stay clean, if it's working, do that. So I forgot where I was going because Shanzi distracted with his comment. But
hey, grits are good. Grits are good.
Though. Grits are good. They're hella good.
Grits are like.
I'll tell you what.
So yeah,
you know what else is life? Cheese.
Cheese is life. Did you know that cheese, when you eat it, releases the same chemicals in the brain as crack cocaine?
I did not know that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's why I like
same dopamine effect. It's very. I'm like, what? Okay, yeah, it does. That's why Oh, that's what I was gonna say. You were right when you said addiction goes so far beyond drugs. You can be addicted if you're an addict, and you can be addicted to anything: food, sex, drugs, video games, fucking gambling, anything.
Yes.
And you can apply recovery if you're in it, if that's what you choose to do. If you don't, fine. But if you choose to do a 12-step program, you can apply those steps to any area of your life. That's what I've found. Because I participate in 12-step recovery, and I've learned to apply that to all of the shit that I'm addicted to. Because I'm addicted to a lot of shit, like I just said. I've dealt with sex addiction, food addiction, drug addiction, all that kind of shit. And so it goes down to that same question. If you're doing something that's making your life unmanageable, and then it's a problem, and you can apply recovery to that too, to any area of your life.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's like perfectly the way I look at it, the way you said it, because it's like, I believe that I got addicted. My addiction started when I was like 5, when I just started drinking soda. My first addiction was soda. And then it was video games, and then it was, everything else, and like you said, cigarettes, it's all about what causes problems in your life,
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, mine used to be soda too, but now as I've gotten older, I don't drink soda as much as I used to when I was a kid.
No,
a lot of people struggle with that. Yeah. Sugar is an addictive substance. Nicotine, caffeine, whatever, anything can be considered a mind or mood altering substance. So it just depends on where you're at in your life.
Some people might disagree, but honestly, like the NA meetings and whatnot, you can overdo those. You gotta find that balance. You know what I mean? Like, if you going to NA meetings is causing problems with you spending time with your family and whatnot, that's not healthy. It's all about that balance. You know what I mean?
Right.
Too much of a good thing is still too much. Yeah,
absolutely. 1000%.
And the thing about recovery that I found is you don't gotta agree with like the inspirationals I post every day. You don't got to agree with everything it says, but if you can find one sentence in there that, may motivate you and inspire you, why not keep coming back to that? You know what I mean? Because as you go from day to day, I know with me, I knew I grew as I kept my mind open. You know what I mean? You might not agree to everything, but just, if something catches your ear, just keep it open. At least that's what I found.
Yeah, it's all about keeping an open mind. I mean, those are the three things that they preach in NA are open-mindedness, willingness, and willingness, and what is it? Willingness, open-mindedness, and something else. I forget it. I can't remember.
I'm not.
But
I'm like you. I'm kind of like you with Don. He kind of put you on the spot earlier.
Yeah.
This whole thing got on the spot with like the facts. But I know what you're I know what you're getting at. You're talking about the principles and whatnot, right?
Right. Yeah. Willingness, open-mindedness, and all that stuff. The three things.
It's all about
acceptance.
But
acceptance, all that shit. Like, you have to keep an open mind. And they say, take the best and leave the rest. Take what you need from whatever you're doing and whatever works, and leave the rest of it. That's mainly what it's all about.
No, absolutely. No. So. Hey, I'm loving this. You know what I mean? Like,
me too. This is great. I'm glad we're addressing this because there's probably people out there who need to hear it. To be honest.
No, because I mean, like, when I started Open Hearted Juggalos in recovery support, I didn't have it's like I don't run meetings. I did try that when I had somebody working with me, but I don't run the meetings because I'm not no teacher, so to speak. I'm just here doing what everybody else is doing. I'm just trying to find like-minded individuals. I just wanted us all to come together. I didn't want to like run nothing, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is what I wanted to do with Open-Minded Juggalos. Just like me and you are talking, and me, you, and Don, the conversation, just get a conversation started, but have it positive, And
absolutely.
Apparently the community has done it. I mean, hey, I'd like to count you as a success too. You did that on your own. You didn't do the Open Hearted Juggalos, but hey, you're a juggalo that I say you recovered. You know, I mean, you're in your recovery. So, I mean,
Definitely.
again, congratulations on your success.
Thank you very much. I count on open-hearted juggalos in recovery myself. You know, I go in there and look around and see what people have to say, and I'm just like looking for the same thing. You are like-minded people, and fam out there who want to talk about this shit and deal together. You know, that's a family.
Yeah, I mean, because we're out there. I mean, there's more of us than what people realize. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
A lot more. I mean, when I was at the gathering, I had all kinds of people coming up, and I, you know, just saying, "Hey, man, I didn't realize there was a recovering Juggalo community. Thank you for being here." And that's great. You know?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Juggalos. There's juggalos in all walks of life. There's juggalos for Jesus. There's juggalos in recovery. There's juggalos. There's, I mean,
there's every kind of juggalo. That's what we're about.
Yeah,
exactly.
Every kind of juggalo. Yeah. Whatever you're about, if you're a juggalo, as long as you're not a racist or a pedo or transphobic or homophobic, you know,
be you, and be proud of it.
Be you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Let's take the stigma off of addiction. You know, we're not bad people.
You know, and I hate to say it, but I mean, you know, people tend to say, you know, juggalos or drug addicts. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be that way. We don't got to get looked at like that.
Nah.
At all. I don't want to be looked at like that.
And Lady Chaos used to get that segmented because Lady Chaos also comes from the punk rock community. What's the biggest thing that the punk scene gets a lot? They're racist, they're drug addicts, they drink a lot.
They're racist, they're drunks. They fucking are responsible for the boom of Pabst Blue Ribbon. Fucking you name it, man. Like that's what we were looked at. You know, that's what I was experiencing.
That closed-minded shit.
Absolutely.
But then you learn later on that there is a punk scene, a version in the punk scene that's called straight edge punks,
edge punks,
which is cool.
Yeah. I mean, just like the juggalos, there's juggalos in recovery. There's punks in recovery. Every subculture has that, and this is ours.
Yeah, judgment doesn't get you nowhere.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
So one of the questions we'll ask, of course, since you're a juggalo like us, everyone always asks, like, how did you discover ICP? And if you can remember, what's the first song that grasped your attention?
Well, I mean, my big brothers got me into it when it was 96, 97. I was 6 or 7 years old, you know what I mean? And it was the Riddle Box, you know what I mean? And it was 12, you know what I mean? 12, it was right, you know what I mean? Even though I really didn't understand it, it was the Baba-Ling. Because my brother, you know, explained to me about, you know, you wrap the string around his neck and watch his head go Baba-Ling. You know what I mean? Like, I was I grew up with my big brothers. So, you know, at 7, I wasn't acting like a 7-year-old. I was running around in my underwear cussing, running ahead. You know what I mean? But yeah, and ICP was just, my parents didn't, you know, tell me, they allowed me to express myself. So it was awesome, you know what I mean? Because that was my expression. Sometimes it got me in trouble when I was in school. You know what I mean? Like, I remember one time it was a poem, and you know, I did a twisted. I did the She Ain't Afraid, but in poem form, and I turned that in as a project. You know what I mean? So I got suspended from that, but you know what I mean? But no, I mean, ICP was just always a great release for me. But yeah, I found him back in '96 through my big brother. I mean, he's gone now, but he ended up passing away at 31. He was an alcoholic. He drunk himself to death. I mean, he started pissing black, and instead of going to the hospital, he said, "Go get me a 30-pack."
Oh,
God rest his soul. I mean, Jeff.
I'm so sorry. That's so young.
But,
so young.
Yeah, 31. But he had all 6 of the first deck on his arms, you know, and yeah, he was a diehard juggalo, and I've just followed in his footsteps, so to speak, I guess. You know, and then you know, and then when I got addicted, I got rid of all my ICP stuff because I chose the drugs over shit. You know what I mean? And I did straight, everything was about the drugs. And then I actually had to get clean and get myself right. And then I was reintroduced to, you know, the newer type shit. You know what I mean? And I started my collection. And I started to realize that, I mean, you know, I done lost a lot of my family to addiction and all that. So the Juggalos have really gave me my family back. You know, the family that I always needed was always right there. I just, you know, I went elsewhere. That's honestly.
I love hearing that. I love hearing that. Like the Juggalos were fucking there for each other, despite what you know, where we come from, what we do. Doesn't matter. We're all there for each other.
No, because we've all been through shit, you know? But I mean, the fact of the matter is we're still here. You know what I mean? So we just got to keep going and let's stick together. Fuck all the haters,
Exactly.
keep going.
Exactly.
I mean, for real. And I couldn't do it without the Juggalos. Everyone. I mean, for real. I couldn't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Whoop whoop.
And then what is actually your like? Everyone has their favorite. Like, what Joker's card is your personal favorite, and which one actually speaks to you the most, and why?
Well, my favorite, like altogether, would be Carnival of Carnage. I love just the old school, just the raw sound of Carnival of Carnage. You know, and like the song Psychopathic. The beat, I love Carnival of Carnage. Everything about that. The gangster bling bling on his neck, all that. And then I guess speaks to me like deeper. I guess the Great Malenko, because of like the Halls of Illusion and shit. They have some really deep like Under the Moon. They have some real deep meanings in the Great Malenko that touched my heart, so to speak. So I mean, but my favorite was Carnival of Carnage, and the one that touched me the most would have to be the Great Malenko.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we love Ouija too. He's amazing.
Oh, and a Wheezy Mac. I mean, you can't say. Honestly, that's all I hear is everybody's like, man, get off his dick. Man, you want to be like him? Da, da, da. I get a lot of hate for how much I support a Ouija, but
yeah,
I mean, you like who you like, and I can't help. I see a lot of real shit from a Ouija. I'm not gonna hate on that, man. I just see, you know what I mean. For the people that don't like them, good for them. I mean, no hate, but don't hate on
don't have to
you
like.
know what I mean?
You don't have to like him. So if I want to be on his dick, I'm gonna be on his dick.
Exactly. You know what I mean? For real. Why do you care?
Yeah, exactly. It's my prerogative, man.
No, until my old lady tells me I need to stop. Hey.
Yeah. As long as it's not making my life unmanageable. Sorry, we.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. Hell yeah. I like that a lot.
So yeah, yeah, I totally yeah. Hey, Lithium Queen. Like, I just want to take a second to shout out to the chat. Thank you everybody for being here.
Yeah, I can't see the chat on my screen, so it does. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I'm on the studio type deal. But
yeah,
shout out to everybody here, and shout out to everybody in the chat. Woo woo, love you, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Hell yeah, woo woo. So, do you what's your stance on, like, how do I say? You're abstinent from everything except for THC because you use that for medicinal purposes. So, what do you think about the controversy surrounding that?
Well, now what did you? Now you said that yes, I used about the THC.
Yeah.
What
do
do
you
I
think
about that?
The stigma attached to people who use THC, even if it's for recreational purposes and they just use it for fun or whatever? What is your take on the whole THC, like you're not clean thing? People who think you're not clean if you use marijuana.
I think it's just more of the older recovery, like the more of the older type recovery people, because they was raised that anything that altered your mind is, what I mean? Where I feel like the newer generations understands that, what I mean? It's a disease, what I mean? And sometimes, what I mean? Like it's a disease. It's like mental health. You know what I mean? If it's okay to treat like pain and cancer and all that, then I think it's okay to treat anxiety and pain with marijuana. I mean, I just don't see. I just think it's a difference in the generations right now. That's what I really do think the problem is.
That's a very good point.
I mean, because like you said, if it's not making if you can do it and you can just, like, I don't smoke all day. It's not like I'm rushing to get home to smoke. You know what I mean? Yeah. I smoke probably once in the morning and once before I go to bed, and that's it. You know what I mean? But I mean, if I'm having a bad day, I might smoke more. But you know what I mean? It's not like I'm not excessively doing it. Now, if it would be that, then yeah, it's a problem. But as anything, though, you know what I mean? Like you said, it could be food. But do they act that way with food? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna just look at everything as everything as being addictive, then I can't see the harm in using marijuana, because we all use food. We all, you know what I mean? Like, it's all about that balance. I really do believe in that balance. Like, if you can find that balance, that's the key. Your balance, not the balance for me, you got what I'm saying, but the balance for your own personal life. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. That makes total fucking sense.
Yeah, I mean,
completely 100% agree.
I hope that made sense.
No, that makes total sense, and you're right. It just boils right down to, once again, is your life unmanageable? And
no, yeah.
I mean, if you're taking Tylenol and that's making your life unmanageable, well, you can have a problem with that. So there's no difference really in the substances. It's about how you deal with them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think, you know what I'm trying to say? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, yes. Me and you on the same page. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
So,
you get what we're saying, Don?
I do.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense to you, Don? Yeah.
I do. I get it. Because I've had people in my family like battle addiction. Like, a lot of people in my family were like alcoholics and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. There are studies that show that it's. Yeah, there are studies that show that it's genetic. It is. It's in your genes. It's just like any other illness. It really is. It really, really is. The more studies that are done, the more they analyze the brain and whatnot, the more that we are learning that it is a actual disease.
And I learned to break that chain with my family, because I saw how it was affecting a lot of people in my family. I'm like, and then when I was younger and as I got older, I was like, okay, I will never let that happen. And I never did.
Well, and as good that you've seen the signs. I mean, my sister, she did the same thing. I mean, she's never had a problem with anything. She's seen us battling with it, and she was able to steer away from it. I mean, but a lot of people can't, because, like she said, it's in the genes. I mean, it's mad props.
It was really hard for my grandma, like, to quit smoking cigarettes and drinking. Like, really hard for her. Like, what made her quit smoking cigarettes is when she had a heart attack, and this is when she was like in her 70s, and having open heart surgery at that age is very dangerous. So the doctor even told her, you need to quit smoking because next time you might not be so lucky. And that was my mom's wake-up call. Because my grandma wanted to like watch me and my sister grow up and stuff, and so did my mom. They wanted to watch their grandkids grow up. So that was like their big inspiration, was me and my sister and their grandkids.
Yeah, and everybody has that wake-up call or that rock bottom at some point or another, where they're like, oh shit, I gotta do something. And everybody goes to that who has, who is an addict. And so, yeah. I just wanted to do a real quick shout out to the people in the chat. There's somebody in the chat who is celebrating Clean Time soon. Dale Armbruster. Sorry if I'm fucking up your name.
Oh, hell yeah. Congratulations, Dale.
Their clean date is like June. Yeah, I can't find it. It was like June 2016. So yeah. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, whoop, whoop, brother. Keep it up. Clean, serene, wicked, brother.
Yo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to anyone who's celebrating any type of clean time or milestone, whatever. I mean, if you're clean for, like I said, if you're clean for 24 hours, hell yeah.
Yeah, anywhere you are in your recovery, anywhere you are in your recovery, shout out to you, for real. Whoop, whoop.
Exactly.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, doesn't matter if you're in NA, AA, fucking whatever A, doesn't matter.
Yeah, whatever
if
it
you're
is.
abstinent. 6 years last month, Lithium Queen says, congratulations.
Oh yeah, congratulations.
That's awesome.
Keep it up.
Yeah. So,
you got
it. I had no idea this was going to be such a hot subject. But yeah, there's a lot more people are affected than a lot more people are affected by this disease than I guess even I realized.
Well, no, yeah, and that's the thing about the open-hearted, the community. I wanted it open to, I lost my brother also. My other brother to heroin addiction. You know what I mean? And that affects everybody. It didn't just affect him or whatever. His death and all that affects his brothers and sisters. Addiction goes, you know what I mean? It's a support system for everybody to recover.
Yeah, I lost my uncle to like years of him drinking alcohol, and he was like barely 50, so still too young.
Yeah.
Way too young.
Very young.
That's what I'm saying. You had to go through some kind of recovery from that. It's still your uncle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a place.
It was because I was really. It was because I was really close to my uncle. Like 2016 was a hard year for me because that's when I lost both my grandmas in the same year and both my uncles and stuff, and that was just really, really hard for me because I was like really
I'm so
close.
Sorry to hear
to
that,
them.
brother.
Thank you.
Sorry to hear that, brother. That had to be.
Thank you.
Naren Rad says, Woody had my back when I was feeling down for taking Kratom instead of opiates. Much family love. Yeah, that's another thing, is there's Kratom. There's Kava. There's so much stuff out there, that's non-pharmaceutical. And I am completely of the opinion that if you can get relief without using pharmaceuticals, and your life is not unmanageable, go for it, because I just think natural isn't always better, no, but in some cases it is better. And when it comes down to side effects and major effects and side effects, like if something is helping you and you are using it, you're supposed to, keep it up. Be comfortable, be pain-free, live your life, and do what you need to do. I just wanted to say,
because everybody's body's different, you know what I mean? So just because it doesn't work for that man over there doesn't mean that it's not going to help you in your recovery.
Exactly. It's just like a medication that you would take. Like some people like Advil over Tylenol. Some people like a certain cancer drug over this cancer drug. It's the same thing. You find what works for you, and you use it the way you're supposed to, and get relief and live a life. That's what it's all about. Is living a life, not just existing.
Exactly. No, exactly. You said it. Exactly.
And for so long, I was just
and Lady Chaos and Lady Chaos and Lilith. When we have her on the show, her and Lady Chaos, when we have her on the show, they have a big major announcement coming when we have her on the show. So make sure you guys keep out that episode. You guys are going to love it. Yeah, let's just say they're both good.
Yeah, it's early in the month. Is that early in the month or later?
It's on the 11th?
Coming up the month, right? May 11th. The 11th.
Exactly. It's what Lithium just said. Quality of life. It's quality of life. That's what it's all about, is quality of life.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Like I think we all just, a lot of us that are in our addiction and active addiction, when we were, or if we still are, we're just existing. We're just going through the motions. We're not really experiencing life, and it's so relieving when you can find a way out of that.
No, yeah, and once you actually realize it, that you don't have to live like that no more. It's like you said, it's like the ball gets pushed off your shoulders. Like, yeah, it is so relieving. It is.
Yeah. Oh, Lithium Queen is like big announcement. Yeah. I'll talk to you about it. About our
it's what you told me about that. What you and Lady Chaos are going to start, like a collab that you guys are going to work on.
We're gonna do something. Yeah. So So what gave you, Woody? What was the main event that you were like, oh shit, I need help?
Well, like I said, I've been struggling with my addiction since my teens. I always knew I needed help. You know what I mean? It's just like, honestly, when I was like an active addiction, I kind of was proud of my addiction. Instead of being ashamed of it, I'd come straight up to you and be like, yeah, I'm a junkie, but I'm a damn good junkie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it took me like a long time, I guess. And I guess finally I had a stroke. And I'm only 34. And I had a stroke. I think I was unconscious for like a week. You know what I mean? And it was a blood clot. It was a blood clot. It was a blood clot from shooting up,
Oh God damn.
Yeah. But yeah, you know what I mean? And that was the breaking point, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't talk when I came to and all that, you know what I mean? So I had to learn how to walk and all that. You know what I mean? It was like, it was either change my life or this is gonna happen again and I'm gonna die. And then I got 5 kids. I've been with my wife for 19 years. You know what
Congrats.
I mean?
Wow. Congrats.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you. No, God bless her. I couldn't do it without her. She's everything. She really is. Like, she
That's awesome.
Like, yeah.
It's nice to have that support.
I get to meet her. No, she'll be the first one to tell you. Sometimes she feels like my mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because she takes care of me that good. You know what I mean? Honestly. God bless her. But no.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It sounds like you have a good lady.
No, I do. You know what I mean? Like I said, just thinking everything that comes along with having to learn how to walk and talk. You know what I mean? Like, she took care of me. There's a lot that comes with that a lot of women wouldn't do. And she did it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't worth doing that to her and the kids. So yeah, that's what did it. The stroke.
Yeah, that's really powerful, actually. Like, I don't know why that hit me very hard when you said
just the power of family
through all that. She took care of you through all that. That's really amazing.
Well, and that's true loyalty. That's like very rare to have these days. Like a lot,
It is.
like that. Like what? Like people say what me and Lady have is like very rare. Like I tell people I take care of her and she takes care of me. We take care of each other evenly.
Yeah.
No, exactly. That's why I said earlier, you know what I mean? I like seeing the combination of you two, you know what I mean? Because I kind of see you guys as one, you know what I mean? That's how I feel about my wife. You know what I mean?
That's
She
so
completely. So, you know what I mean? No, that's like you said, you don't find that.
Like when people see me with Lady Chaos, like, yeah, like when people see me with Lady Chaos, they're like, Don, that's the first time I've ever seen you smile in years.
No,
yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, like when I first met him, I had no idea who he was. I met him on Discord and I was like, oh, this guy's kind of cute. So we started talking and like he told me about his show and I went back and watched I went and watched his show and I was just like, damn, this guy is like just, you know. And then like now he's so like, you live happy, la la la. The world's made of marshmallows, la la la. It's so funny. It's cute.
Yeah.
So we're both like that though. We're both just like we're art-hearted for each other. It's just silly.
Hell yeah! Congratulations on the jumping, both of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks, Lithium Queen.
Love's beautiful. You know what I mean? When you find it, you know what I mean, and you're able to give it to somebody and then receive it back, like and know that they want to give it. Like unconditionally, it's great. It really is.
Yeah, it's such a good feeling. And I guess a lot of people are saying that they've noticed a change in him, like what you just said.
Yeah, she's known me for years too.
Yeah, like I hear that we hear that a lot, that people are noticing a positive change in his attitude and everything. And I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yeah, we did that.
We did that. So.
But,
yeah,
I'm not responsible for that.
But since Woody shared us what his like breaking point, what his let's see, what am I trying to think of?
His the catalyst that brought him here, his rock bottom.
Like, what was your wake up? Yeah, what was your wake up call that like made you quit, honey?
Well, okay, so the first time I hit rock bottom was in 2008. I mean, I had done many things that I wasn't proud of before that, but the catalyst was I was using pharmaceuticals and I had run out and I had a breakdown and ended up in psych and then in rehab. And so that's what brought me into recovery initially. And then when I relapsed a couple years later, and then the last rock bottom was in 2016. And if I remember correctly, it was I was in the hospital with blood clots in my lungs, and they administered morphine, and it made me feel suicidal. And I attempted, or I said that I had ideation and I had a plan and everything. And I told my therapist, and she had me. I willingly went to rehab for mental health and addiction. So I mean, it was a combination of those two things. And so I was in inpatient rehab for 30 days, and that changed my life. It changed my life completely. It was. I was married at the time to my ex-husband, my now ex-husband, and he was my second husband, and he was very supportive, and that was great. But I don't know what I'm trying to. I guess what I'm getting at is I don't know. I'm glad that that happened. That was my wake up call. So yeah, like I had to do something, because it was like what happened to you, Woody, is it was killing me. I was, so it was like either die, which I wanted to do, but I didn't want to do it at the same time. You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
Or,
No, it's exactly what you feel like.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I was like, I wanted to fucking end it all, but I was just like, but I was too scared, and I didn't want to end it all because on the one hand I like living, but on the other hand I'm like, fuck, I'm sick of this shit. So it was either die or get better, and I ultimately chose to get better. And I'm so glad I did, because I would have never met him. I would have never met him. Like everything that's happened happens for a reason. For a reason. Led me to him.
No, it does. It does. I believe that too.
For sure.
The carnival works in mysterious ways. It really does.
What, baby?
I always make an effort to always let her know how proud I am.
And
he does.
And that's what's so good about, that's what's the best part about relationships like that. You know what I mean? Because I know, at least with myself, I don't tell myself when I'm proud. You know what I mean? I don't ever give myself enough credit. You know what I mean? So it's nice to have somebody that like, hey, you did a good job. You know?
Absolutely.
And I'm sure she probably feels the same way at times. You know, that's why, that's what we look for as people. We want somebody else to tell us we're good. You know what I mean? That's what relationships are all about. So
we need.
Hey, you're a good man, Don. You're a good man. You're a good man.
Yeah.
Nah. Hell yeah.
Thank you, Naren. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. But yeah, like we all need that reassurance in life. And that's why we do what we do. We seek out groups of people who are like-minded, or even not completely like-minded, but we seek out groups of people who are going through the same shit, and we support each other.
People that might have a different story to share that they would like to share about it.
Yeah, because there's always a different perspective. Yeah.
Well, not yet, because I mean, like with me, I was doing it my way for so long. When I finally did decide to get clean, I was like, why not just try this? You know what I mean? I never did this before. Why not just give it a shot? And and look at me now. You know what I mean? Honestly, like the way you've been sold your whole life might not be it. If you listen to somebody else's story, like you just said, it might totally guide you. If a whole different story might guide you somewhere else.
Yeah, there's power there's power in other people's stories, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. You can feel it.
Definitely. I mean, whether you go to meetings or whatever kind of meetings you go to, if you go to meetings, whatever you do to stay clean, there's power in numbers, I think.
No, absolutely. That's why we as people, as humans, we crave that social, that social activity. We need it to survive. You know what I mean? Like, you go crazy if you sit in a room by yourself forever.
Oh yeah, eventually, yes.
Yeah. That's why I tell people that's why we all come together as Juggalos, because the world's already fucked up enough as it is, and that's why we try not to bring that into our community.
Exactly. Yes. Nah, yeah. Let's keep that the safe space. Keep all that fuckery out of it.
Yeah.
For real.
I mean, you're gonna have assholes no matter where you go, what subculture you're a part of, whatever you're doing. There's gonna be someone who's like just a jerk. But for the most part, this community has
make the good people outshine.
Exactly. Seek out the good people, and this community has been nothing but amazing since I joined. Like, because a little bit of backstory on my Juggalo affiliation. I sort of like discovered the Juggalos when I was in high school. It was about 97-ish or 98, something like that. And I can never remember which year it was, but I discovered Juggalos, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. And then I kind of veered towards punk rock, and I was with that for a while. And then I came back to the Juggalo scene because not that I didn't like the punk rock scene, but I'm new back into the scene because like I met Don and he was into it, and I was like, you know what? I remember that subculture, and these people are cool, and I want to be a part of that. So I weaseled my way in, and now I'm into it. And
No,
I'm
she
glad
didn't.
that happened. I did. He doesn't know. So, but yeah, like, so yeah, like that's where I'm at as far as like with the Juggalo community. Like, I just, you know,
Go
like I
home.
said, there's gonna be bad apples no matter where you go, but this community is with some of the best people I've ever met in my entire fucking life, and I'm almost 43, almost 43 years of being on this earth, and I finally met people who I just genuinely, absolutely, 100% love. I love people now. So that's where I'm at.
And you always told me you loved how the punk scene and the like has very similarities. It's nice.
Oh yeah, those two subcultures are very similar in ideals and values, and you know how they operate as a group. The main difference I would say is just the music. Really, that's it. But I just
exactly,
I don't know.
like punk rock is also punk rock can get political.
Absolutely, any type of music can. But there's just something about Juggalos that's just different. There's something about this community that's just it's just different, and I can't put my finger on it. It's not punk rock. It's not like your average subculture. It's just different, and I love it so much.
It must be a Thuggalo thing.
Well,
must be.
But we are literally like a carnival. We're all these different people that come from different walks of life, and we find a moral ground and stuff.
I know. I think that's maybe what it is. I just love that so much. And of course the music. The music is fucking awesome. I've always loved the music. So
yeah, and when you hear the music, the music has always been like the soundtrack to your life. Like when you hear like some of the stuff ICP talks about, you're like, gosh, you feel like they were like following you and writing out your life or your thoughts, and you're like, damn, holy shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I did
like
feel that way.
Like Ouija, if Ouija would have came out in the 90s or 2000s, a lot of the stuff he talks about would have been like the soundtrack to my life growing up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he does talk a lot about pussy. So yeah.
Well, when he talks about like paranormal and like battling like mental health problems and addiction.
Yeah, he definitely he some deep shit.
Yeah. He's very versatile.
I think he does really too.
If he'd have come out back then, I don't think he would have been very well received, because the world would not have been ready for him.
And that's what I tell people. He's just like ICP. Yeah, he might do some of those crazy random stuffs, but if you dig deep, he's on some very deep shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sure. The whole Detritus talk planet, you can relate that all to like the 6 Jokers cards and all that, you know? I mean, he's definitely keeping the wicked shit alive with the phone number, you know, the hidden messages. God, I love him. I'm not gonna lie, I love that motherfucker.
That's brilliant. He's very smart. That guy is smart.
Yeah.
Well, he always tells me he learned from the best. He learned from Jay and Shaggy.
Yeah.
Not yet. Instead of throwing, you know, flyers on the cards, he's just steady putting out them CDs. You know what I mean? It's a different time, but he's basically doing the same thing.
Yeah, it is. It's a different time, and now, you know, we went from waiting years for records, but you know, between records with different artists, to now they're just constant content.
Well, in this day and age, you have to now.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the age of constant content, and it's fucking awesome, because like I used to hate sitting there waiting for shit to come out. Now it's like there's always something new, always.
Can't get bored now.
No, there's
Yeah.
no excuse to be bored. If you're bored, you're boring. And I said that.
Hell yeah.
And that's another reason why we have some music guests on the show, because some of them might be up-and-coming people, or maybe they're people that people have maybe heard of, but maybe they didn't learn about them through the show. Like, the whole point of this show is to help promote people. Like, Woody knows that's why I'm known as the Karma Millionaire in the community. I like to give back and help put people on, and I ask for nothing else in return.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely put the love out there, brother.
Yeah, you do.
Thank you.
You're a good person. I'm a good person. You're a great person.
You got both of you are fantastical. How about that?
Well, so are you. So are you, definitely. So what did it was my favorite ICP release is Juggalos Brothers all the way.
That album speaks to you.
I love that album. The thing that got me was the Cholito skit.
Hell yeah.
I want a motherfucking Cholito, okay? I've wanted one for a very long time. Anyhow.
And what made that album stand out for her too is seeing that Snoop Dogg was on there and knowing that the Jerky Boys did some of the skits on there, and you're like, and she's like, "What, Jerky Boys? I remember them."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they was like shit.
Right? I fucking love the Jerky Boys. Did you see the movie?
Yes, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Fucking hilarious. It was so great.
I used to have a whole bunch of the skits on VHS that I stole from my brother.
Nice.
Yeah. It was the shit.
That's awesome. Back when
it's definitely a good album.
Yeah. It is. It's a good album. And don't get me wrong, I love Malenko and I love Riddlebox. But Juggalos Brothers has a special place in my heart.
Well, that was a special time. That was a special time in their career too. You know what I mean? They was really like blowing up. Like,
yeah.
At least
and that was also that was like their big "fuck you" album. That was like their big angry album towards the industry, just saying "fuck you." We're gonna keep doing what we want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really claimed their we're the most hated
band in the world.
Music. Yeah, we're the most hated band in the whole entire world. They fucking went with that shit. And
they even said, and they would even say, Jay would say, by the way, happy birthday, Violent J.
Yeah, happy
birthday.
The man that without none of this would be possible.
Nah,
right.
I put out a meme the other day of him, like, you know, it was kind of religious, like, and it wasn't supposed to be like towards religious or nothing. But if you think about it, he's kind of a god of all this. You know what I mean? Like, he did like Psychopathic Records. He's a god of his. He's a high power in his own nature. You know what I mean? You got to give that man the respect. He gave birth to this shit. I mean, some people might disagree. I know Esam gave birth to the wicked shit. Absolutely. But like the Juggalo community, he gave birth to this.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Happy birthday, Violent J. Fuck all the haters, yo. I still love Violent J. 100%.
Me too. I love Jay. Me too. I mean, Shaggy's my man. Honey, if it ever came down to you or Shaggy, just kidding. But I love Shaggy's my dude. I love him. I have a big crush on him. But I do love Jay too. I do love Jay.
Like, honestly, I love Shaggy. You know what I mean? Like, I relate to him in so many ways as a father. He's in recovery. Yeah. I would love to honestly like sit down and have like a recovery conversation with him. I don't think that's what he's about, but man, I would love to like actually pick his brain on recovery, because that's you can tell there's a lot more. That's some deep shit to Shaggy. I love me some Shaggy. Man, respect to him too.
Absolutely. Sean Z says, "Are they even the most hated band in the world anymore?" Actually,
not
no.
really.
I mean,
they're more respected now.
Yeah, they've come full circle now, I think. You know, like,
because I think everyone's starting to realize all this hard work they put in, they did it. I mean, yeah, were on some major labels, but they also did a lot of that themselves.
Yeah, they're self-made. They're 100% self-made.
And their high school dropouts from Detroit. Usually that's not very considered successful, but they proved you can be.
Don't drop out of high school, but if you do, you can still make it in the world.
I mean, how many
like
other
Violet
bands stayed together for 30 years?
Like
yeah, exactly. For
decades.
decades and decades.
Yeah.
They're still like, you know what? We're still exactly the same. They have not changed
And all I gotta say is ICP does deserve to be someday in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and in the Detroit Music Hall of Fame. Yes.
Give them stars on the fucking Walk of Fame because those dudes opened doors for people. They did. They really did.
And they definitely deserve to be in the Wrestling Hall of Fame because they've contributed a lot to wrestling too. What people can say that they've contributed to wrestling and music at the same time?
That's true. Yeah. Except for Billy Corgan.
They definitely deserve that shit.
True.
But like, yeah, I've always asked, like, because I don't like wrestling, right? I'm one of the only people in this community who doesn't like wrestling. And I've always been like, what is with Juggalos and wrestling? Man, what is that?
I grew up with it.
Yeah.
Then when she watches ICP interviews, she's like, that's why, because ICP grew up watching wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, Jay always said if he wasn't going to be a rapper, his main goal was to be a professional wrestler.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't hate wrestling, but I don't like go out of my way to watch it. So,
but she has a more open-mindedness with the wrestling industry. Like, she's seen the struggles that wrestlers now go through. I've showed her finally that series, Dark Side of the Ring, and she loves that series.
Yeah, that was so good. So yeah, Livia Queen says she's not a wrestling fan either.
People don't realize what them people go through. People go through some shit.
Yeah, they do. They really do. I mean,
yeah, like she watched some episodes and she's like, gosh, I didn't know that even wrestlers can battle addiction. She's like, wow.
Yeah, it can affect anyone in any walk of life.
Like poor Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nah, I mean, that's just saying anybody can be addicted. I mean, you know what I mean? Be affected by addiction.
Yep. It's like any other disease. It doesn't care who you are. If it's gonna get you, it's gonna get you.
Yeah. Yep. We just gotta not let it.
That's right, exactly.
And now we're gonna ask some more like Juggalo related questions, like in your opinion, sorry. Woody, what is your opinion the psychopathic, like Tot Psychopathic Records album that's like a masterpiece? Like me, it's that original Tales from the Lotus Pod. In my opinion, that is like the pinnacle top Psychopathic Records album, in my opinion.
Tell us that's the Red Boy, right? That's the Red Boy. You talking about the Red Boy, right?
Yep.
The Red Dog Lotus, not the yellow, right? As I say, as long as you go with the Red Boy, yeah. Nah, it's funny you said that, yo, because that's it. Nah, that whole album, like it was the era, you know what I mean? That yes, I agree with you, brother. If that's what you're saying, I agree. That's exactly what I was gonna go with. But it has to be the Red Cross, not the yellow. Right? Because they came out with the Duke Roses. They came out with the one with fuck, I can't think of his name right now. Yeah, the one with ABK, but then they came out with the other one, the original one, right? Who was the one on the original? They kicked them off or whatever.
Mars.
Remember that? Yeah, Mars. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the one with Mars. I like the one with Mars. Which one do you like?
I mean, I love ABK, but I appreciate the one with Mars. I love the one with Mars.
So yes, no, I like it. I mean, no, I like ABK too, but no, that album, I'm gonna go with the one with Mars, absolutely. Just because that opened up to me, I feel like that opened up like so many more doors with them because that came. I just feel like it opened up doors in Violent J's mind. You know what I mean? Because that's when he started just coming out with all the projects.
And that's
why that's one of the biggest projects.
That's why when everyone asks me, do I prefer Rydas or Lotus? Like, Lotus speaks more to me because I'm a very, like, spiritual person, and I like a lot of the stuff that they talk about in Lotus. It's a lot of very spiritual, occultic type shit.
Well, no, yeah. And Rydas wasn't supposed to, it wasn't meant to be deep, you know what I mean? It was just supposed to be gangster raps, you know what I mean? They were just spitting the spit. Nah, yeah, so nah, I don't think you can compare the two, in my opinion.
Exactly.
You know?
I was like, Rydas is just for fun, but Lotus is more like on the spiritual level.
Yes, nah, yeah. They wanted, if they would have stayed together, like the whole old school psychopathic, they had big things, I think, planned for Dark Lotus.
Oh yeah, and you remember seeing the promos and interviews? They were always teasing Lotus. They're like, yeah, us at Twisted and Blaze, we got this group we're doing called Dark Lotus, y'all.
Nah, yeah. It's called Dark Lotus, y'all. Should I play some for y'all? Hell nah. Nah, yeah, exactly. Nah, for real. Nah, I remember that shit, brother.
I do love me some Dark
The
Lotus.
good old days.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now, what are some of like your other like music that you've grown up with besides the Juggalo stuff? Like, what's like, if you can remember, what was like the first song you remember that like grasped your attention? Like for me, it was either something from Michael Jackson or Prince, but I always heard music a lot growing up. Like I grew up like with a lot of classic rock in my household because that's what my parents grew up on.
Well, I grew up with a lot of gangster rap, Tupac, Bone Thugs, you know what I mean? Big Pun. I mean, like I said, yeah, like that. But like, I remember being a little kid and bumping California Dreaming before school in the morning on MTV.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? What, like, they better play that video. You know what I mean? But nah, like, that's another reason why I have so much respect for like Hex. You know what I mean? That West Coast fucking hip hop, and then that West Coast wicked shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain flavor that I don't think anybody was able to repeat. And then when Hex came in the game, like he definitely has that West Coast sound. You know what I mean? There ain't no mistaking that.
Which that's a lot of the stuff that Lady Chaos loves. She like loves that West Coast because she grew up on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So when you throw up that West Coast, you throw that shit up, right?
Yeah, you know it.
Oh yeah, for real. Fucking for real.
Yeah, no. But no, seriously, I grew up in California. I'm all about that West Coast gangster rap, West Coast hip hop. I'm all about that shit.
So explain to everyone, honey, while like I'll be back, but explain to everyone, I always like hearing the story of when you heard like the Chronic for the first time and how it made you feel. Like, explain that to people.
Well, I always say that one of the top 5 albums that changed my life was The Chronic by Dr. Dre. Because I don't know, when I heard that record, it was like any other moment you have where you're just like, oh my god. Like, right? Like, this is fucking amazing. Like there's several albums that have done that for me, but that is one of them. And I still to this day love that album. Like, I have it on vinyl. Don bought it for me. I love it. It's
iconic. I mean, even
it is.
the cover.
It's iconic. It's timeless.
Yeah.
It is fucking timeless. It is just as good today as it was when it first came out. It's amazing. I love that fucking album. So yeah, like it spoke to me. And I mean, there's what? Yeah, that's what I would say is that Dr. Dre's The Chronic is to gangster rap what Dark Side of the Moon is to rock and roll.
I got you.
It's gangster rap's Dark Side of the Moon for sure. Hands down.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I
Nah,
love that.
for real. Definitely
What
a
is-
classic.
What is your like? What would be your like? Oh fuck, this album like changed my life. Like what comes to mind when you think about
Like
records
top 5 or whatever,
or however many you want to list? Like what comes to mind?
Like in what, like Juggalo or just anything?
just
like,
music in
anything.
general.
Music in general. Like oh shit, this is amazing.
But you can't put Juggalo stuff in there, of course.
No, yeah, definitely.
Huh. That's gotta be kind of hard. Put me on
Like
the
me,
spot there.
like me,
Yeah.
one of my
I love that question.
one of my top like personal like Tupac favorite albums is Me Against the World, because that album is very personal, and that album is like the soundtrack to my life.
I got you. All right, well, I'm gonna have to say, all right, well, from like the older days, I'm gonna have to go with Tupac's Until the End of Time album.
Okay.
I don't know how you know that. It was a double disc.
Mhm.
It had a, you know what I mean? It was the stuff that it came out after he died. You know what I mean? But it was just a part of my life where I was just in an in-between stage of who I was. So it helped me find myself. And then later on, I would have to go with Pink Floyd's The Wall. I played a lot in my life. And believe it or not, Aerosmith has a big deal in my life.
Fuck yeah.
Because of my wife. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. And then of course, a Weezy Max Dope Bag album. Totally.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that album so much.
Yes. Yes.
I have it right here actually. It's right there.
Yeah, she bought it at the show.
I did. Yeah, I bought it at the show because all my Ouija shit's digital, and I'm like, I need some hard copy stuff because I love that man. Like, trap music, I was just like, it's whatever. But when I don't know, there's something about him that I don't know. I just love him as an artist.
Like you've told me, it's just like his personal stuff that he talks about, and his stuff about battling mental problem.
Right. I mean, he's silly, but he's smart. He can get stupid, and it's funny as hell. But he can get really like deep and smart and like So it's
personal.
Like he's all over the place.
Like Detritus, people are saying with Detritus, he literally put his soul into that release.
Man, he made number 3 all by himself. No features, all that. Man, that man did that shit, yo. Detroit is he put some time into that. I think so. When it comes to releasing his like, you know, like that song. I don't like. My favorite song on that is They Don't Like Me, and I also like The Way the Shit Goes. I feel like they probably mean a lot to him, like internally, because I know I connected with They Don't Like Me a lot. So
that album is actually really easy for me to connect to as well. Like, it's very.
And that Dream Survey, there's something about that Dream Survey. That shit slaps for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it hits. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean nowadays, I'm not gonna lie. I listen to a lot of Weezy Mac. Like I listen to like because I have all his CDs, so and he has so many that you can just keep them going. So
yeah.
Is Humble in there? I see. Oh,
yeah, there he is.
That's my brother. Humble. Whoop whoop. I seen it. Hey, as a matter of fact, as you pick this shirt up for me, to be honest with you.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm give an example on
rocking that CD.
He
just sent me a CD too. Big shout out to Humble.
Yeah.
For real.
MCL right back at you, Humble. MCL.
He's a real one. Not too many of them. He's a real one.
I know it.
Hell yeah.
But what are some other albums that like have touched your life? Like another album, like top album wise that touched my life, like growing up, is like Number of the Beast by like Iron Maiden. That's like another example.
Yeah, you're all over the place with that with stuff.
You know, anything that you know, like I don't care what anyone says. In my opinion, my top, even though people say it's overrated, but I can listen to that album from beginning and is Abbey Road from the Beatles. That album is phenomenal. I fucking
we
love
watched that the other day.
Beatles.
Yeah, I know every.
And I was like, there's something.
Every song.
But
I know every word on that entire record.
Like the Beatles is one of those. The Beatles has been strong in my family when we were growing up, so we like love the fucking Beatles.
Yeah, my dad's been obsessed with them. I love them. Yeah. What's your favorite
My
Beatles
son's
record?
name is Lennon. I named one of my, I mean, we named one of our sons is Lennon.
Yeah. I love that.
And I mean, it's funny you bring it up because honestly, the Yellow Submarine, the movie, and all the songs on that movie touched me a lot. Like I had a big impact. It might have been negative at some point, but it also, I can still respect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny you bring up the Beatles. I fucked with the Beatles.
Yeah, I'm a huge Beatles fan. From the time I can remember, like my dad and I, when I was really young, we used to take road trips to see family, and we would always blast the same 3 albums.
And what albums?
The Who's Tommy,
classic.
Abbey Road by the Beatles, and Momentary Lapse of Reason by Pink Floyd. Unpopular opinion, I think that A Momentary Lapse of Reason is better than The Wall. Change my mind.
But that's your opinion.
I love that album so much. I love The Wall, but
and you love Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh yeah, nothing will ever beat that.
Right.
Nothing.
I mean, Floyd is Floyd. You gotta love Floyd.
Yeah, love him. My dad like fucking ingrained that shit from when I was real small, in my head. Like, you will listen to
Led
this,
Zeppelin.
and I still love it. Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ozzy, anything you could think of.
No, yeah, you gotta respect that. Yeah, I mean, they're part of making music what it is. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Anyone know of Amy Lee? Yeah, I know who she is. I don't think your taste in music would make anyone cringe, Lithium Queen. I think we would just okay.
Gonzi doesn't like Dark Side, right?
Whoop whoop, Gary.
Like in my opinion, my top 3, my favorite Beatles albums are obviously Abbey Road, then Sgt. Pepper, and then the White Album.
Yeah. Yep, those are my top 3 in that order as well. Evanescence was
I love it.
My opinion is just that they're fine.
I heard they're very dope live.
I'm sure they are. Yeah, because I mean their music
I can see that.
Powerful. So
I never seen them, but I bet you they do put on a hell of a good.
They probably do. She's actually same. Yeah, she's a very good looking lady, and so yeah.
Is that voice?
There's her. Yeah, she's got a very.
So Lady Chaos Lady Chaos just admitted, y'all, that she thinks Amy Lee is gorgeous. That is her woman crush.
Yes. Well, I do like women, so yeah. You heard it here. Yeah. But an undercover Christian rock band and no one even realized it.
If so, who cares?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I've heard some Christian rock that I like. I've even heard some Christian metal that actually sounds good, surprisingly.
Yeah, I've been to a few Christian metal shows and they weren't bad. It was just like any other metal show. I couldn't fucking understand what they were saying. And so I was like, okay, whatever.
Well, tell everyone who your first concert was growing up. This is still cool.
Okay, my very first concert ever was my mom and stepdad took me to see the Charlie Daniels band when I was like 11 or 10 or something.
That's classic.
And that was pretty cool. Yeah, it was at the fair, and that was pretty cool. My first concert by myself with my friends, like without my parents, was Smashing Pumpkins and Garbage in 1996. And
I remember you telling me you didn't really think of like Charlie Daniels that much when you were younger, but now that as you got older, you loved the Charlie Daniels band.
I do. Yeah, I love Charlie Daniels band. Like my mom was always wanting me to, because I played the violin as a kid. My mom was always like, you need to be a fiddle player in some country music band. I was like, Mom, get the fuck out of here. I don't like that shit. And I was always just fighting it. But now I love Charlie Daniels. So
yeah, we were like listening to it with her mom in the car, and her mom's like, "You like Charlie Daniels band?" And she's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
As you get older, you learn to respect some of the things you grow up with,
Absolutely. Yeah. I might not have liked it at the time, but
I just have an appreciation for music. Like my music diversity. I even love Frank Sinatra. Like, it's Frank Sinatra. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, there's songs from every genre that I'm just like, yeah.
No, yeah, I'm right. I love music. Music is a way to release. You know what I mean? I love music altogether.
Absolutely. I always say that
Breaking Benjamin's a good group.
Music is the emotional language of the world. Whereas okay, so math is the logical language of the world, right? Or the universe. Music is the emotional, raw language of the world. So that's what I think.
Facts.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Breaking Benjamin's a good group.
If we was talking about our first concerts, I think my first concert was I went to Odds Fest. That was my very first concert, and then I went to HFS. And then honestly, I didn't. After that, it was nothing until I started going to clown shows, which wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was Ozfest, then HFS, and then a couple years ago I went to the Hoedown, the Hootenanny Hoedown over here in West Virginia.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm in Maryland. I don't know if I said that earlier, but I'm in Hagerstown, Maryland.
Oh, okay.
So West Virginia is like 15 minutes that way.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
So yeah, but now I was able to come see them at the Hootenanny. Which the ICP did a hell of a show. You know what I mean? Awesome. Weezy Mac was walking around with a baby goat.
Aww.
Yeah,
that's cute.
That was a hell of a show. I hope they come back around this way. But,
yeah. I've never seen ICP in concert, like live. Not yet.
She's putting it down on her list, and she's watched footage, and she's like, "That looks like such an awesome show."
Hell yeah! I always wanted to.
It is. It definitely is. It's definitely the crowd itself is the experience like no other. You gotta love it. You know what I mean?
What was your first Juggalo show, Woody? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What was your first Juggalo show?
No, you good.
Like
my very first one was the Hoedown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was what was that, babe? That was exactly 2 years ago. And then ever since then, you know what I mean? I went to the Gathering after that, and then I've been through. I think I've seen a Weezy Mac 3 or 4 times since then. 4 times? 3 times. Yeah. But yeah, because I had to take my oldest boy and my youngest daughter to see him, because my daughter, my 6-year-old, she's totally obsessed with a Weezy Mac. Like,
oh no, that's awesome.
Yeah, she got to meet him and whatnot, and then now, like every week, she'll be like, "Oh, I miss a Weezy Mac. When can I go see him again?"
Oh, that's so cute.
I mean? Nah, that. I don't know if he actually gets any of those messages or whatnot, but she took the number off the flyer and she has texted that number.
Oh, you know what I mean? That is so adorable.
She loves a Wheezy Mac. She has her own little account. She's Dixie the Juggalo, the Juggalette, Dixie the Juggalette. If you ever see her commenting on a Wheezy Mac's videos, that's who she is.
That's great. I love that. Parenting done right. Boom. Yes.
She's great.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, Lady
How
Chaos
old is
used to always
your
tell me.
oldest? Sorry,
My oldest is 17.
Wow,
It's what? 17, 14, 12, 9, and 6.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I got 3 boys and 2 girls.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, now my 17-year-old, he got a job. He's still in school. He's doing great. Like, yeah. I got. God bless my kids. Now he's doing great. I wish I was doing what he's doing when I was 17. I was out making babies at 17.
Yeah.
But he's out.
Well, that's always the goal. That's always the hope for the parents that the next generation does better than we did. And it sounds like it sounds like he's doing it. So yeah, mission
I'm proud of
accomplished, man. Parenting, you fucking succeeded as a parent, and that is the highest honor. Like I mean, because it's the hardest job ever. That's the hardest job you'll ever have is being a parent. There's no job harder.
They definitely give it to
But
you.
it's also it's the hardest job, but it's also one of the greatest jobs.
Yeah. I mean, for people, yeah.
You get to see them. Yeah, you get to see them make the mistakes, but you also get to see them recover and learn from them as well.
Yeah,
and
succeed and I bet it's a really good feeling.
It is. No, it is. I'm proud of the kids I got.
That's cool.
I must have done something right.
You did. You definitely did.
But yeah.
Lithium Queen says, "I'm terrified. I don't know who the hell thought it was a good idea to put me in charge of raising a human." That's how I feel. I'm like, I don't know if I'm really cut out for that job. I mean, I guess I'll give it a shot. I'm a little old, but we'll see. I don't know. Will there be a chaos? Will there be a chaos?
Just do the best we can.
Yeah. Will there be
There's
a
no
chaos?
handbook to it.
No, there's not. There's no directions. You just fly by the seat of your fucking pants, really. So that's got to be scary. But yeah, like, where will there be a chaos? A little tiny chaos? Who knows?
You never know.
I'm almost 43. Like, my body is just like, no.
You guys never know. There's always adoption.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
No.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Because there's a lot of kids in this world that haven't gotten adopted, that don't have homes.
Yeah. That was always my thing, was that, instead of bringing a kid in biologically, like, there's so many children who need loving families, that I would just much rather see myself raising an adopted child than a biological one, because not only that, but I don't want to pass on my terrible genes. They're terrible. They're terrible. Bad teeth, bad eyes, overweight, fucking heart problems, lung problems, you name it. I don't want to pass that shit on to some poor innocent kid. So, and plus my mom was adopted. So, I mean, and so I admire a lot. Like, I admire her dad. My grandmother, not so much. That's a whole can of worms. But I admire my grandparents for doing that. So I think it's a very noble thing. I really do.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big thing to do.
And now we get into the more fun stuff. All right, Woody, what is your top food that you can never get tired of eating? And you will tell people, yeah, we've eaten this many times, but we're still going to eat it because it's still awesome. Like, what's one of those foods that if they were to stop making it, you'd be like, no?
Well, I mean, you can ask my old lady. I'm a very, very very picky eater. And while she'll be cooking regular food for everybody else in the house, I probably eat, no lie, barbecued cube steak probably 4 nights out of the week.
Fuck yeah.
100%. Just barbecued cube steak. You know what I mean? I don't need no sides with it. Just barbecue cube steak. Like 100%. You know what I mean? And then my kids, if it's not that, it's barbecue chicken. Honestly, it's those two. But yeah, barbecue cube steak. Not no two T-bones or nothing. Cube steak.
Cube steak. Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't know why, but that's what it is. It's awesome, like he said. He said it for me. It's awesome. It's kind of weird, I know.
No.
What's some other food you could never get tired of eating that you like absolutely love?
Huh? Oh, she's saying Big Mac. She's saying Big Mac. I mean, hey, yeah, she's right. Yeah, it's either if it's not no barbecue, yeah, she's going to McDonald's. Yeah. Like I said,
that's a guilty pleasure for me.
I'm very, very picky. Like very picky. Like she doesn't change things up. It's just I don't know why.
Yeah, like my top favorite.
It's just me.
Like my top favorite.
What's that?
My top favorite like foreign foods are tossed up between either Greek, Mexican, then Asian, and then Italian. That's my top 4.
See, oh my God, brother, that's way too much flavor. For me, I wouldn't. Oh my God, I wouldn't know what to do. I mean, hey, more power to you. I'm like, oh my God, I'd go.
But it would probably be Mexican because I grew up in Colorado, and Colorado's like known for its good Mexican food. That's like one of our things. Like you'll know you're in Colorado because we put green chili on everything.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he introduced me to green chili. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. I like that.
Hey guys, just to let you guys know, my battery's getting really, really low. Just to let you guys know.
Okay, if you need to go, that's okay.
It's saying 2%. I don't want it to cut off, and then you guys be like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
That's fine. We've been at it for a while, so yeah, okay. Well,
I didn't realize.
Thank you for talking to us. Thank you so much for coming on here.
And you're always welcome back on the show anytime.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime. And
and I'd be glad. Hey, like who needs a NA meeting or whatever when we can do this? Honestly,
right?
Because like for real, y'all just made my night. For real, it was an honor to come on here.
The honor's ours.
For real,
the honor's ours. For real, yeah. So,
but I mean, can we go ahead and wrap this up then? I guess you guys want to go ahead and wrap this up on my end.
Do you have anyone you want to shout out?
I want to shout you guys out. Carnival Spirits, you know what I mean? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Don Chaos and the Hour of Chaos podcast. And of course, Lady Chaos. You know what I mean? I appreciate the fuck out of y'all. I love you motherfuckers. I do. You know what I mean?
You too.
Oh, yeah.
And, I just want to shout out all the Juggalos out there. You know what I mean? Everybody in the YouTube community, rather it's Snaps, the Thuggalosos, Humble, every Juggalo out there trying to make another Juggalo's life better. That's what we need. Fuck the negativity. Let's do this shit and keep it positive.
Yes.
Like for real.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
If you guys are going through something, please come over to Facebook, the Open Hearted Juggalos in Recovery Support Community. Would love to have you come over and just share whatever you want to share. And I mean, that's really all I got to say. I appreciate you guys. I love you, motherfucker. For real.
We love you too.
Whoop, whoop.
And whoop whoop. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I guess I'll holler at you guys. Again, thank you guys for having me on.
Thank you. Take care, everybody.
All right. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Dude,
and that was
best
really,
show ever. Hell yeah.
Another
that was
great
awesome.
show.
He's so fucking cool, man. Such a great guy.
I like to tell people that's the whole reason why I started this show, because I want to promote music artists and help get them out there. But I also want to help put juggalos out there that are doing stuff for the community, whether it's a juggalo who has their own company, someone who, for example, their own support group. That's awesome.
Definitely.
Like if we could, juggalos, if we could buy and literally become our own country and nation if we wanted to.
We could secede if we really wanted to. Probably find a piece of land, just get all the good juggalo, the good, juggalos, not the bad people like the pedos and the people who sneak in, but all the good juggalos and juggalettes. Get us all out to an island somewhere, and let's just fucking secede and make our own country.
Or Juggalo Island, basically.
Juggalo Island, Juggalo Land. Juggalo Land. Yeah. That would be cool.
And we are going to take a quick commercial break, and then we are going to come back and then finish the show off by talking about certain topics and dropping some news. So don't go anywhere, y'all. We will be right back after this commercial break. And if you don't know, this is the Hours of Chaos podcast. You should know. And if you don't know, now you know what the fuck going on, Terry. So we will be right back with this quick commercial break, y'all.
Yeah. Lady Chaos here, and we're here to tell you that we have your up and coming schedule for the month of May for the Hours of Chaos podcast.
The carnival has spoken, the moon has spoken, and Bridget Bites will be on the Hours of Chaos podcast with the homie Don Chaos, May 4th. Be there, or be a Juff.
Neighborhood Lithium Clean here. Nice to meet and the one you later on the Hours podcast. Easter coming up.
What up, it's your boy Easy 6061 for the most. I'm going to be on the Hours of Chaos podcast. Make sure y'all.
The Gucci ones. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. It's Headcase here. Just wanted to let you know I'm going to be on the Don Chaos podcast in 1 month's time, May 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there or be fucking there.
alone, Carrie. And we are back with the Hours of Chaos podcast.
Yes.
So yeah, how'd you guys like that? Very first commercial break, first
It
attempt.
was
That was
choppy as fuck, but I don't know. I guess people got the point.
yeah, it was.
We'll have to work on that. So,
But anywho, once again, thank you, Woody, for coming on the show. That was very dope.
hell yeah, that was probably your best show, honey.
I think
One of your top shows. You're so great. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
You're amazing.
And we love
You're
you guys.
fucking amazing.
I'm my biggest critic, y'all. That's all you guys need to know. I'm my biggest.
He is. He really is.
But yes. So yeah, we're gonna get into some topics, and yeah. So, first topic of the night is. Let me pull it up. There's been some announcements for the gathering, like some acts have been announced. Obviously, ICP's playing the gathering. Obviously.
Oh, really? Shocking.
Yes. Obviously, Ouija Mac is playing the gathering, but some
You
dope
don't
acts
say.
that have been announced is the Bay Area's own Kung Fu Vampire is making his return.
Holy
to the
shit!
gathering.
No way.
Yep. And
Dig it.
another act that's making their way to the gathering that I always wanted to see live. Now, I didn't see them in 2019 when they performed, but I heard their set from a distance, and that is, this group is so dope. If you guys love Ouija Mac, if you love Ghostmane, and you love all that crazy dark trap and all that good stuff, then this group, City Morgue, is now returning to the gathering.
Excellent.
Which is dope. So, are we still going to be able to go to the gathering? We hope so.
Hope so. We're trying. We're trying.
Yep, we are trying. But City Morgue returning to the gathering, this will be their second gathering. That is phenomenal. If anyone's ever seen City Morgue live, then you know their shows get wild. It's literally a war zone.
Never have, but I know who they are.
Yes.
That's cool.
I've showed her some of their music, and she really loves them.
Yeah.
So,
What else?
Yeah. What
Anything
else?
else? Anyone else?
That's all that's been announced. There's been some events lined up, like there's going to be the Ninja Olympics happening at the gathering. Let's see. Do I have the flyer for it? Let's see.
It's gonna be a bloodbath, Sean Z says.
Pretty much, yeah. It's wild. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. Also, we want to give a big shout out to, and also his birthday was yesterday. We want to give also a happy birthday to the bro Strife, whose birthday was yesterday, as well as Lazy Dead homie's birthday was yesterday, and the big homie Scum, the big brother's Scum's birthday was yesterday.
Yeah.
So happy birthday
Happy
once again.
birthday to all of y'all.
Yes.
Yes, and yes, big shout out to Dot Strife. Super, super chill, amazing dude. Love you to death, buddy. Thanks for showing the love.
Yeah, when we saw how much people have an appreciation for Dawn, like her heart melted. She almost got like emotional.
I almost cried. Like he was so nice that I just fell in love with him for sure. He's so super sweet dude. Don't let him fool you. He's very, very nice. I just doxed
and
him.
he's yep, and now he's gonna hit us up and he's like, "Why'd you do that?
What the fuck, man?"
We love you though, Strife. We know deep down you love us. We love you though.
Hell yeah. He's good people.
You know, shout outs to Darby who put on a good show. Deb, you know,
Oh my God. Darby brought the house down. Darby brought the house down, and there was this one act that was there, and all I could hear was that they were called D-Murder. And they were amazing. It was these two guys, one real skinny guy, one large guy, and they were rocking that shit. Oh my God. It was so good. Anyway, I just had to shout them out. I don't know who they are, but shout out to D-Murder. You rock, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck
if you guys have an Instagram, we might hit you guys up to come on the show.
Yeah, we want you. We want you on the show for sure.
Yeah. And then of course we also want to give
What
a
am I
shout
saying?
out.
Dawn wants you on the show like it's my show. I'm sorry. I get carried away.
And shout outs to Acetone.
Acetone. Yes. Another shout out to Acetone, another dude who showed the love on Tuesday. Super nice guy. Fucking mad show guy. And I love how I look totally inconvenienced right there. Like
Another
I look
dude
like I'm
that
being,
really appreciates Dawn Chaos and stuff.
He does. He appreciates Dawn Chaos, and I love that. And I look really inconvenienced or like put out in that picture, and I assure you that's not the case.
You guys got to remember, we just got out of a show. We were whiling out, getting live. So, yeah, it's a lot of energy when you're at a Ouija show. Now, Lady Chaos knows his show is energetic, and you're going to be tired afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, I sat down most of the time, but yeah, I was really tired after that. It was a lot.
But she was still getting live while she was sitting down.
Oh shit, I got lit, yo. That was a dope
She
ass
saw
show.
Dawn Chaos while out.
I did see Dawn Chaos while out. Second time. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. But yeah,
And-
shout out to Acetone. Great guy.
Yes. Let's see what else do we got. I think we have a flyer for that thing at the gathering. Yes, we have a flyer for one of the events going down at the gathering. So it's this one. It's called the Chapter 17 presents the Juggalo Jibs BLT Blowdown. It's going to be a party, and it's the first time ever. It says Big 17, AK Ouija Mac, live in a DJ set. It's going to be all of Chapter 17 performing. So you never know. We're probably going to find out soon who the next third person on Chapter 17 is.
Does it say where that's at? Because I can't read that.
It's at the gathering.
Oh, it's at the gathering? Okay.
Yeah, this is one of the parties going on at the gathering.
Okay.
That's
By the
his-
way, Brittany Smith says amazing show, and Sean James says whoop whoop fam. What's up, everyone? Greetings from Shoreline, Washington. Greetings.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, at this party, there's going to be mystery special guests, spinning classics, new and unreleased music, and more. And then, of course, thrilling foods for the grills of steel. So,
Hell yeah. Fucking Shanzi. Better not be any vegan bacon BS there. Actually, vegan, we had, okay, so shout out to Nah Dog in St. Petersburg, Florida. For having the best vegan bratwurst of all time. Holy shit. We were at Punk Rock Flea Market like a month ago or something.
yes.
And,
It was actually this month, I think.
whatever, but it was a while back, and we came across this booth, and they had
Vegan dogs.
vegan dogs. So we tried the vegan bratwurst. It had sweet curry. It had mustard, onions.
Now you guys think that curry would not taste good on a brat or
On
a
a
hot
brat.
dog, but it tasted fucking good.
It was delicious. It was so fucking good, man. So like, you know, even if you're not vegan, we're not vegan, but
we do love some vegan food. Like me and Lady Chaos.
I love vegan food. I love vegan food.
Like me and Lady Chaos, we're open-minded. Like, yes, we still
absolutely.
There are some things vegan that we really love. Like now we know that vegan brats taste good. You know, I've even tried vegan dogs. I've heard vegan tacos are good. You've tried vegan burgers and you said they're good.
Vegan burgers are delicious. I love vegan food. And so yeah, that place was so great. And yeah, I just wanted to shout that out because that was some good stuff. Oh yeah, I'll fuck up a black bean burger too, Sean Z. Fuck yeah, dude.
What'd he say?
He said I'll fuck up a black bean burger. Oh yeah.
So see, Sean Z, you even admit that some vegan food is good.
And Sean James asked, anyone know when or if any of the Magic Ninjas are coming to Omaha, Nebraska in the near future?
Don't know.
I have no idea. Sorry, buddy. And he also says he says my two food groups are edible and fit for human consumption. Sometimes I eat stuff that's probably not fit for human consumption, or it shouldn't be anyway, like ramen. Love me some ramen. But I gotta stop eating that shit. I'm almost 43. I've had a heart attack. I have health problems. I can't be eating that shit, but it's so
now she's gonna put down to actually try restaurant quality ramen, which is better for you supposedly.
Yeah, it's supposed to be better for you. We'll see. Hopefully it tastes good.
Now I'm craving pho.
Oh, dude, shut up.
I know we're probably going tomorrow for lunch or something.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah. So yeah, that's when
What the fuck? I want to open up a pho place and call it What the Fuck.
Yeah, or call it Pho You.
What the fuck? Or like, yeah. What the fuck? I'm 48 years old and I just celebrated 2 years clean. That's our last Monday. Sean James. Whoop whoop. Hell yeah, dude. Congratulations, man. That's fucking awesome. That is so awesome. Very happy for you, dude. Very happy for you.
Of course, also at the gathering, like I said, there's also going to be the Miss Juggalette. That's going on, like always.
The Miss Juggalette pageant?
Yeah.
That sounds cool. I want to be a part of that.
I think there's a Juggalo one, but I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
But yeah,
it's the only pageant I could ever enter and hope to win.
Oh yeah. And let's see, what else do we got? That's going down. And then coming soon, very soon, Shaggy is dropping the first single off his upcoming EP. And the name of this track, and here's the artwork. I can't wait to buy this artwork on a shirt. The name of the track is, what is it called, honey?
Oh, I don't know.
It's called, it's a
Oh, I can't read it. Illuminati Don't Want Me?
Yep.
Oh, don't put me on the spot like that because I get flustered. Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited for this because I love Shaggy. And don't let my fluster fool you. I'm very excited.
Hell yeah. And then also coming soon, there was a tour just announced. Dates have been announced for the Violent J, Ouija Mac, and Esham show. So dates have been released.
They're coming to Tampa.
Yeah, so Lady Chaos is going to see Ouija Mac in just a span of 2 months almost.
Yeah, we're so going to that shit.
Yep.
I like Esham, I like Jay, and I love Ouija.
Yep, and another solo, and someone else is doing a solo tour for his first leg now. Apparently there's going to be a second leg, but right now the official first leg for the Shaggy 2 Dope solo tour has been announced.
Yay! That's my man right there.
And not only is Shaggy going to be there, DJ Clay's going to be there, and Shaggy the Airhead is going to be there.
Yeah.
Also, if you guys haven't, check out some of me and Lady Chaos's latest reactions. Like one of the tracks we did a reaction to was by Bloody Ruckus, Grave Talkin'.
We did.
This was Lady Chaos's like first time ever hearing Bloody Ruckus, and she loves what she hears.
I loved it, and I love that artwork too.
Yep, very dope. Another dope show that's going down in Jersey is your May for that, Friday, May 12th, and it is having the homies Wicked Wood playing. Hell yeah. Grim Smiles, Lunchbox.
Grim
So many
Smiles, Knowledge. Jigsaw. Yeah, that's going to be a good show.
Yep, and it's going down in Jersey. So if we ever want to go to Jersey, babe, I guess this is the only reason for us to go to Jersey to see the homies.
No, I never want to go. Every time I've ever gone to Jersey, I'm like, why am I here?
But if it's for a show, you would go probably.
Fine. You know why the license plate says for New Jersey says the Garden State?
Uh-huh.
It says that because land of petrified and refined chemicals wouldn't fit.
Oh, jeez.
I kid.
She keyed.
I kid. I love New Jersey. It's great for me to poop on.
All right. And another show. There's a new Juggalo show coming exclusively to Twitch, but it will probably eventually go live on YouTube. But you also want to promote this.
The 270 show with the homies Casper and Chipper D. That's going to be a sick show. Tune into this shit. What is it? May 7th? Yeah, May 7th.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta watch this show. It's gonna be awesome. They're great people. It's gonna be a fun time.
Yep, and they're really dope. Those are our homies from Kentucky. Also, Shanzi, who also lives in Kentucky.
Kentucky. Yeah. Sean James says I have a very valid point. Yes, thank you. I do. I usually do. Thank you.
Let's see. What else do we have to look forward to? That. Oh, we have Lights Out, the 6 coming, which is in Pontiac, Michigan, which is Light's event that he does called Lights Out. He has Token playing there, Buckshot, Straight Jacket, Project Born, Schizo, so pretty dope. And it's a special guest performance. Interesting.
That's going to be cool. Definitely.
That's in Pontiac, Michigan, so that's another reason for us to travel, maybe even just to Pontiac, Michigan. We'd probably do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What else do we got? Let's see. Also, Camp Zool from AXE is going to be going down pretty soon. So if you guys are interested in vending at Camp Zool 3, we'll send this to this email if you are interested in vending at Camp Zool 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yo. Oh.
And speaking of Hex just announced on social media that he is currently working on this next solo project, and he is a guest. Do you guys on this next Hex album? Yeah. Hex Chapter 17, y'all.
Chapter 17.
Now, every day is Halloween.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I love that.
And now, Theory. Who do you think is going to be the next act signed to Chapter 17, babe? Or who do you think would be a good fit for Chapter 17?
Well, I agree with what you said before, that Darby or Trill would be a good addition to Chapter 17. And he probably will be the next person to join. He's fucking awesome. And so, yeah, that would be cool.
Hell yeah. And finally, we have Whitney Payton has announced her Side Effects tour.
Yes, this chick is badass. If you can, go see her. She is amazing. Girl got bars, I gotta say.
Yeah, Lady Chaos is first time she heard her was on that Ouija Max song, and then I showed
Big
her
step.
a solo,
Yeah.
and then I showed her a solo song that she did called Carousel, which is a very good song.
Yeah.
And she's very dope. She's very dope live. She is definitely someone we really want to get on the Hours of Chaos podcast.
Hell yeah, that would be great, dude. Yeah, she's got a fan for life now. I love her.
I've seen her live at the Gathering twice, and every time I've seen her live, she's phenomenal live.
I bet. Yeah, I can't wait.
So yeah, that's all I got. Make sure you guys are liking, follow us on all our social medias. Make sure you follow and join the Juggalos in Recovery Open Heart Juggalos in Recovery group on Facebook, or join the Discord.
Yes, join the Discord, join the Facebook. Links in the bio.
And yeah, hashtag Underground Unity, hashtag Underground United. And make sure you check out Lady Chaos whenever she goes live. Also, if you guys want us to do certain reactions to your songs or something, just send them our way. Like, we actually do have a few reactions that we have planned to do. So, yeah.
Yes. Wait. Yeah, I go live sporadically. Lately,
but she is going to start getting us.
I will put a schedule up, yeah. But lately, we're doing No Man's Sky, but usually it's Fortnite. Come hang out.
And explain to people what No Man's Sky actually is.
No Man's Sky is an open world game where you play an interstellar traveler, and you fly around the universe. And you explore, you harvest, you meet people.
You document new planets like a scientist.
You document new planets, new species, new plant. Like, it's fucking. I could go on about it for a long time. It's so involved. There's a lot.
If you guys are into like the study of like space or the universe, this is a game for you.
Have you guys ever reacted to Tilt-A-Whirl? I threw up on that ride once. That was my reaction.
He's talking about the track.
No.
Well, you were listening to it today.
Was I?
Yes.
What was my reaction?
You thought it was good, but like,
okay.
The main reactions, what we do is we react like to new songs or music videos, but we do on Lady Chaos's channel have a like nostalgia
reaction. Yes, on my YouTube channel we do have a nostalgia reaction cluster of videos. So we do reactions to a lot of different stuff from old.
So who knows? Maybe I'll show her the music video for Tilt-A-Whirl on that.
Yeah. Show me your dick. What? Oh, I don't know why I came back.
But yeah, like, subscribe, y'all. And yeah, this is the Hours of Chaos podcast. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, everyone who has ever tuned in, whether you're watching this live or you're rewatching this. Thank you. I really do appreciate every single one of you.
Hell yeah. Oh, Brittany Smith says, Juggalos, the only people, places you can be yourself. I've been down for years, but Ouija show in Tampa was my first event, and I felt home. That's awesome. I'm glad. Oh, you were there. We were there too. We probably saw you.
Yep. And if you're ever at local shows again, just come say what up to us.
Yeah, if you see us out and about, and you're in Florida or wherever we are, if you see us out and about, come say hello. We like people. We like others.
You want a dab, you want a hug, you want a picture, whatever, we'll do it.
Yeah. We love y'all.
Yes, because like I said earlier, y'all, I'm not shy of this, and Lady Chaos knows this, but yes, I am my biggest critic, y'all.
Yeah, he is.
So thank you, everyone.
Love you, baby.
Thank you. Because this show, I put a lot of work into it. I put a lot of work into doing a lot of this stuff,
Yeah.
And I love doing it.
Whoop whoop, Sean James. Thanks for coming out.
Hell yeah. And yeah. You guys now know the whole schedule of the Hours of Chaos podcast for the next month because that was the commercial. Now you know what the fuck going on, Terry.
What's going on, Terry?
So yeah. Whoop whoop, y'all. Everyone have a good night. And then we are going to go eat some food. Probably have some late food.
That's what we're going to do.
We're going to go get some munchies. We're going to
get some munchies.
And then we are going to fucking watch a movie or something.
A movie.
A movie. And yeah. You guys are awesome. Again, if anyone ever does want to be on the Hours of Chaos podcast, just hit up your boy. I'm very approachable. Very approachable, y'all.
He is. He's the sweetest man. Hit him up. Talk to him. He loves you guys.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for having me on, baby. I love you.
You're welcome. This was a great episode, y'all.
Yeah, it was fun.
And all I gotta say is you guys are gonna want to tune in, especially when we have all our guests this month, especially even when we had on the 11th, because Lady Chaos has a collab project that she's gonna work on that you guys might love.
Yeah. So yeah, check that out. Have a great that time of day. Thanks, Brad. You too.
Later, y'all. Deuces.
Bye.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
And if you don't know by now, then your
mom's a hoe.
And you still now know what the fuck going on, Terry.
What's going on, Terry?